In this video you will learn everything you need to know about the route planning questions from the TFL Topographical Assessment. We will show you the most popular route planning question from the Topographical Assessment in 2024 to 2025. In the assessment there will be 4 route planning questions. 15 marks for each question. Or in total 60 marks altogether for the 4 route planning questions. Which means that you can pass only by doing this 4 questions right. There are compass questions and some few other types. Separate videos will be uploaded in the channel, so don't forget to watch them too. Now let's look first the TFL marking criteria for the route planning questions. There are a total of 100 marks available. And candidates must score 60 or more to pass. Questions asking you to plot the most direct route. From a start point to an end point carry the most marks. The points available per questions are published within the assessment. You will lose marks if not following the most direct route, not correctly addressing map symbols. For example, one-way systems, roundabouts, cutting corners, not arriving at the end location. All assessments are subject to a 2-step marking procedure. Assessments are marked by a skilled topographical assessor, and then put through a quality assurance process, where they are checked by a second assessor before the results are issued. Please note, TFL are unable to provide detailed individual feedback, or to provide copies of assessments. Make sure you watch up-to-date videos from 2025 as the TFL requirements changed, and if you watch older videos you might struggle on your assessment. In this video we will demonstrate you how to draw it correctly, what to avoid, and best practices when plotting a route. Before you start drawing, it is vital that you understand all of the meanings on the map. This information can be found in the first page of Master Atlas of Greater London. So make sure that you learn these meanings before start drawing. Now let's get to the most popular question given by TFL in 2024-2025, which is considered as a medium-distance route planning question. What is the most direct route from Liverpool Street Station to O2 Arena? This time we have note stating, London Bridge and Tower Bridge are closed. This automatically means that we cannot use them to draw true. And if you try to use any of this noted closures you will receive 0 marks for the question. So make sure you always understand the question before drawing. Now let's look the map and see how to plan the most direct route. In this video we will be looking closely the route we already draw for you. And then we'll delete it and draw it again to show you the best practices when drawing. What to avoid and any specific information that you will need on the assessment. The best practice here is to draw a line between the 2 points. And then plan your route as closest you can to this line. And then delete the line before start drawing. As you noticed in this question, TFL is mainly focused on your understanding of crossing the River Thames. And on the map we can see that there are few bridges and tunnels you can possibly use. The first 2 bridges are London Bridge and Tower Bridge that are highlighted as closed on or note. So we move to next one, which is Rotherhithe Tunnel. But as you can see, using this tunnel will not be the most direct route. And the next tunnel is much closer to the ending point and is much more straight, and this is the reason we chose this way. According to the survey taken from 2024, 90% of the applicants faced route planning question, True Blackwall Tunnel, on their assessment. So it's very likely that you will have this or similar question too. Blackwall Tunnel is very specific area and need to be looked closely. We recommend you familiarize yourself with the tunnel layout on Google Maps in 3D format. To avoid confusion when looking the drawing on the map, we also prepared some pictures of the tunnel on 3D. And we'll be showing you later in the video when we draw the route for you. And we will go through the critical point when crossing the tunnel. So make sure you watch it carefully as many times as you need to familiarize yourself and pass the assessment smoothly. Now let's go and look closer the most direct route that we draw for you. We will explain the steps we've taken to draw it and why we choose this way. And then we will delete it and draw it again for you to show you the best practices, what to avoid, and the common mistakes applicants are doing. So you can avoid these mistakes and pass your assessment smoothly. Let's now zoom the map and look closely. First to notice is that we started from the green marker, and we end on the red marker by connecting our drawing line with the red and green points, as per TFL requirements. Remember this. as points will be deducted if you forget to connect the drawing line with the starting and ending point on the assessment, starting from Liverpool Street Station and turning on Apollo Street. Here is very important that you understand the map markings, as the arrow shows that we can only turn right from this point, and if you try to turn left it will lead to 0 marks for the question. Then we joined Commercial Street by turning right. And here you can notice the way we're turning, without cutting the corner as per TFL requirements, and later in the video we'll be demonstrating the common mistakes here. We then following the commercial road all the way where we can join the Blackwall Tunnel. Here we have East India Dock Road where we just continue from Commercial Road. Remember that this road is raised above the Blackwall Tunnel. And that's why we have to turn left on this little but extremely important turn, to join the tunnel underneath from the top where we are at the moment. So remember that there are more than one level roads. And this is where the most applicants fail. Then we continue to the Blackwall Tunnel. As you can see from the map, the Blackwall Tunnel is crossing the O2 Arena, but in this case is marked with the special tunnel marking, means that it is under the O2 Arena, and you cannot join it from there, as if you try to, will lead to 0 marks for the question. And therefore we chosen to use the Dreadnought Street, and then continuing on John Harrison Way through the roundabout. Here is very important to notice the way we draw through the roundabout. Remember that you're showing TFL that you know all of the rules on the road. So always do the same as you're doing on the road when you're driving. Now let's delete this route and draw it again for you using all of the basics we learned, as we already planned the most direct route and explained why we choose this way. We will now start drawing straight away to our ending red marker. Let's first zoom in and look the starting point closer. Always start from the green marker and connecting the drawing line. Make sure you zoom in and zoom out frequently to track your progress on the map, as if you miss the road that you plan, you might take additional time to correct it, and you have only 90 minutes altogether on your assessment. Starting from Liverpool Street Station, we're exiting to Appold Street. Example of what you shouldn't do when turning, as you cutting the corner, and points will be deducted if you do this. Then we continue on Warship Street where we can join the commercial road. Here is very important to notice that there is a black lane dividing Warship Street. And this means we cannot go through this marking. If you do that, will lead to 0 marks for the question. And this is a common mistake by applicants. Therefore we will need to use the red arrow showing the direction. And join the commercial road. Make sure you aren't cutting the corner to turn on commercial road and always keep left. Zoom in and out to ensure that we're on the right track when drawing. Checking again our ending point. From Commercial Road we draw all the way to the turn to Blackwall Tunnel as planned. Next to notice here is the way we continued on Commercial Road and not cutting the corners. Zoom in and out to track the progress. And then from Commercial Road straight to East India Dock Road. From where we will join the Blackwall Tunnel. And here we will pause the drawing to show you on 3D how the turning looks like. Remember that this is where the most applicants are failing the question, so watch it carefully as many times as you need. So you better understand the layout, and we recommend you to observe it closely from each side on Google Maps before you continue to watch. Now looking the 3D version of Google Maps, we can see the East India Dock Road that we're currently on. Turning to Blackwall Tunnel. As you can see on the marking, this is the only option we can use to join Blackwall Tunnel. And here is where the most applicants receiving 0 marks for the question. Let's now drive straight and show you the entire turning. As you can see, we're on top of the Blackwall Tunnel. And that's why other roads are located underneath. Continuing on Brunswick Road to join the tunnel. Here on top is where we came from to connect. We now joined the Blackwall Tunnel. And we'll go back to our map, where we continue true our ending point. It is vital that you check each side of the tunnel with Google Maps to better understand the complex layout. Let's now continue our route true Blackwall Tunnel. Remember to keep left at all times. From this point here we're already down the tunnel as the marking shows. As you can see, the tunnel is going under the O2 Arena. Checking our route again to make sure we're going as planned. This point here is where the marking shows that the tunnel is finished. So we can join the roads around. Continuing to get through the roundabout where we can get straight to our ending point. It's very important that you apply the correct way to go through the roundabout, as if you join from the opposite direction will lead to 0 marks for the question. Remember to always apply the road regulations in your assessment too. This is another common mistake that applicants do on roundabouts. When they just go straight. Let's draw it correctly now. And from the roundabout we go to John Harrison Way where we connect to Parkside West. And finally from Cutter Lane we join the O2 Arena where our endpoint is. We always need to make sure that we connect our drawing line to the red marker. Let's now zoom out to make sure that we draw our route as per plan. The route is now completed. This is the most popular question on the assessment in 2024-2025. So watch it as many times as you need to understand the basics, as you will need them in any route planning question that you have on the assessment. More popular questions with important locations will be uploaded in the channel, so don't forget to watch them too. Thanks for watching.